So if you've been anywhere online lately, you've probably seen all the buzz about Selena Gomez and how her face looks different. The topic has taken over social media. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Everyone's been asking the same question. What happened to Selena Gomez? It's one of those stories that keeps spreading, with people sharing clips, screenshots, and theories nonstop. And now, after days of wild rumors, Selena and her husband Benny Blanco have finally broken their silence, but the way they did it has surprised everyone. Before getting into their reaction, let's talk about what started all this. This isn't the first time people online have obsessed over Selena's looks. Every now and then, something about her appearance gets people talking, but this time the reaction feels stronger, more personal, and honestly, a bit out of hand. It all started with the release of the music video for her new song, In the Dark. Instead of focusing on the lyrics or the song itself, most of the attention went straight to how Selena looked. Fans began posting clips everywhere, saying her face looked different, sharper, more defined, with higher cheekbones and a slightly altered expression. That one video turned into a full-blown internet debate. Some fans immediately jumped in to defend her, saying it was probably just the lighting, makeup, or even the camera angles. Others were convinced something more had changed. Rumors about cosmetic procedures, fillers, Botox, or even surgery started popping up all over fan pages. And then there were people who genuinely worried about her health, pointing out that Selena has lupus, a condition that can affect her body and face because of the medications she takes. People began comparing her recent photos, her old selfies, and even her wedding pictures with Benny Blanco, trying to find proof of a change. That only fueled the drama. Some said she looked totally different at her wedding a few months ago, while others claimed she looked completely fine and the internet was overreacting again. So, now the online world is split into groups. One group believes her appearance has changed because of health reasons, another thinks it's just a beauty choice, and a third group believes everyone is simply over-analyzing a celebrity's face like always. Whatever the reason, there's no denying it. Selena Gomez is once again the center of everyone's attention. The thing is, Selena's appearance has always been a talking point on social media. If you followed her over the years, you already know she's dealt with similar criticism before. Whenever she gains or loses a little weight, people start speculating and judging. She's been open about how her lupus and the medicine she uses can cause physical changes, but somehow, that never seems to stop people from commenting. Every time she posts something new, the same cycle repeats. Fans defending her, others making harsh remarks, and countless strangers acting like experts on her body. This time, instead of people discussing her body, it's her face. But the reaction is just as intense. Some fans even suggested that the In the Dark video might have been filmed months ago, saying maybe that's why she looks a bit different. But that didn't stop the theories from spreading like wildfire. Everyone seems to have an opinion, and no one seems to agree. Now it's turned into a huge online debate. Millions of people are looking at screenshots, comparing before and after clips, and arguing over what's real and what's not. Every new photo or video just adds fuel to the fire. What started as a simple observation has now become a global discussion. People are asking, what's really going on with Selena Gomez's face? Is this a health-related change, a personal beauty decision, or just another case of the internet picking apart every detail of a celebrity's life? No matter what the truth is, it's clear that Selena can't escape the spotlight. She's one of the most talked-about stars in Hollywood, and everything she does, or doesn't do, becomes a topic of conversation. Whether she posts a selfie, appears at an event, or releases new music, there's always someone ready to judge her appearance. What makes this even more interesting is that it's not new for her. Selena has faced body shaming and gossip for years, and through it all, she's managed to stay open about her struggles with health and self-image. She's talked about how difficult it can be to live under constant scrutiny, and how she tries not to let the comments affect her. But that's easier said than done when the whole internet seems to be picking apart your face frame by frame. It's also worth remembering that public figures like Selena often deal with pressure from both sides, fans who expect them to look perfect all the time, and critics who accuse them of being fake if they do. It's a lose-lose situation. No matter what she does, someone will always have something to say. Right now, though, the discussion isn't just about looks. It's turned into something bigger, a reflection of how harsh online culture can be, especially toward women in the public eye. The constant comparisons, the speculation, the demand for perfection, it all shows how much people forget that celebrities are still human. And in Selena's case, it's especially unfair. She's been open about her health issues, mental health struggles, and even how fame affects her confidence. But the moment a small change in her appearance shows up, people act like it's breaking news. So here we are again, with millions of viewers turning her face into a mystery to solve. Some feel sorry for her, others defend her, and a few just enjoy the chaos. Meanwhile, Selena and Benny's response to all this is what really got people talking, because it wasn't what anyone expected. Now that we've gone through all the online chatter and wild speculation about Selena Gomez's recent look, it's time to explore what might actually be behind it. Fans aren't just noticing a difference. They're convinced that this glow-up goes beyond makeup or clever lighting. The conversation online has been nonstop, with people analyzing every clip, photo, and still frame from her music video in the dark. It's one of those situations where the curiosity and scrutiny just feed off each other. Experts quickly joined the conversation too. For instance, Dr. Ryan Merks, a plastic surgeon, shared his professional opinion with the Daily Mail, and as you can imagine, his input made the story even bigger. Dr. Merks was careful to point out that he hasn't treated Selena personally, but he did highlight some subtle differences between her older photos and her more recent appearances. He suggested that her nose might have undergone a procedure called rhinoplasty, essentially reshaping the nose to look more refined. According to him, her nose used to have a softer, wider shape that contributed to the warm, familiar look we all recognize. Lately, however, he observed that the middle part of her nose appeared narrower, more sculpted and smoother overall, giving her face a more polished profile. He also talked about what he called light reflex points, tiny areas on the nose where light naturally hits and creates a glowing effect. His take was that cosmetic work, if done professionally, often enhances these points and creates a more balanced, cohesive look. Naturally, this sparked another wave of reactions online. Some people thought it could just be the result of clever makeup, lighting, or editing, while others saw it as confirmation of what fans had been suspecting all along, that Selena might have had some subtle cosmetic enhancements. Of course, not everyone jumped straight to the surgery explanation. Some people pointed out that health and lifestyle could also play a role. Selena has been very open about living with lupus, an autoimmune condition that can cause physical changes, and the medications she takes may also affect her appearance. Stress, hormones, or even natural aging could contribute as well. Add to that professional makeup and lighting for music videos, and it becomes a much more complicated picture than just assuming someone went under the knife. Then there's the question of timing. Some fans suggested that the In the Dark video might not have been filmed recently, which could explain slight differences in her appearance without involving anything permanent. And yet all these possibilities didn't stop the internet from debating endlessly. Social media exploded with side-by-side comparisons, analysis, and commentary, showing just how closely people scrutinize every detail of a celebrity's life. Amid all this, Selena Gomez and her husband Benny Blanco have stayed quiet. They haven't made a big public statement or done a sit-down interview to address the rumors. While some might see that as suspicious, there are actually a lot of reasons a celebrity might choose not to respond. Staying silent can be a strategic move, allowing the conversation to die down on its own without adding fuel to the fire. It can also be a way to protect personal and family privacy, choosing not to let speculation take over their personal lives. Interestingly, while Selena and Benny remained silent, others spoke out on their behalf. Celebrities like Grimes came to her defense, calling out online bullying and the unsolicited technical commentary from cosmetic experts. Fans joined in too, some insisting that the change could be completely natural, the result of lupus, medication, lighting, makeup, or even just a new hairstyle. Meanwhile, others used Dr. Merck's breakdown to support their own beliefs that some minor cosmetic work might have been involved. This mixture of defenses, speculation, and debate created a loud, ongoing conversation without Selena ever having to weigh in herself. Silence in the public eye often sends its own message. For some, not addressing rumors is smart public relations. It shows confidence and avoids giving the story more attention than it deserves. For others, it's frustrating because the lack of comment leaves a vacuum that fans and the media fill with theories, sometimes turning a small change into a massive, dramatic story. In Selena's case, her choice to remain quiet has been interpreted in all sorts of ways, demonstrating just how easily the public can project their own assumptions onto a celebrity. This whole episode highlights a larger truth about modern fame. In today's social media-driven culture, any small change, a slightly different hairstyle, a new makeup technique, or subtle facial adjustments can become a global debate overnight. It also shows how quickly people forget that celebrities are real humans with health issues, moods, and personal choices. Everything about them is put under a microscope, and the internet often prioritizes speculation over the actual person. At the same time, Selena's situation isn't unique. Many stars have faced similar scrutiny, and over time, they often learn to manage it in ways that make sense for them. For Selena, staying silent could be her way of taking control. She's experienced online judgment before, and she knows that every response or explanation can be twisted or misinterpreted. Sometimes silence is the most powerful response, letting her work and presence speak louder than the endless chatter online. And yet the curiosity isn't going away. Fans, critics, and media outlets alike are still dissecting every frame from her videos, comparing old and new photos, and debating what's real and what isn't. Every post she shares reignites discussion, showing just how intense the scrutiny can be. Even minor differences, whether due to lighting, makeup, health, or cosmetic work, are enough to create viral conversations that overshadow her actual artistry, in this case, her music and performance. This situation also sparks a larger conversation about celebrity culture and the ethics of public commentary. When millions of people focus so intensely on a single person's appearance, it can quickly become invasive. Selena's health, her natural changes over time, or any personal choices she's made should ideally remain private. But public fascination and social media platforms make that nearly impossible. So, where does that leave us? It's clear that Selena Gomez's new look is more than just a simple topic of conversation. It's a reflection of how the internet reacts to perceived changes in a celebrity's life, how speculation spreads faster than facts, and how silence from a celebrity can be interpreted in countless ways. Whether she's naturally glowing, affected by health factors, enhanced by makeup and lighting, or has made subtle cosmetic choices, the reactions reveal more about public curiosity than about Selena herself. So what do you think? Was staying quiet the smartest move, or did it just amplify the rumors? Does the internet's obsession with every small change take things too far? These are the questions that keep coming up as we watch the discussion unfold. One thing is certain, Selena Gomez remains one of the most talked about stars in Hollywood, and even subtle changes are enough to dominate headlines and online conversation for weeks. If you want more content like this, where we go beyond the headlines and analyze the story behind the story, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive into Hollywood's biggest moments. Selena's situation shows that in today's world, every detail can spark debate. But it also reminds us that celebrities, despite the scrutiny, are entitled to their privacy and personal choices, a lesson that the internet sometimes forgets in the rush to comment.